This is Jackie Murray with Ask a Tech Teacher, and I'll be your guide through these 32 lessons in the fourth grade technology curriculum from Structured Learning. Um, if you haven't watched the overview and lesson one videos, pause me and go back and watch those two. They contain a lot of basic information that will roll into all the other lessons. So I want to make sure you have those before we continue. Okay, you back? All right. So this lesson is on keyboarding. There are some lessons we cover that are kind of spread throughout the year. It's not something you sit down, you consume for 45 minutes, you're done, you move on. Like some of them are. You're doing a project, it's done when you're done. But this one, you will show students certain things and then you'll expect it of them throughout the year. You'll reinforce it every time they use the computer. Really important. This is how they will learn keyboarding, is the fact that they are introduced to what's important about keyboarding, and then every time they see you, every time they use the computer, it's reinforced. So that's what you do in this lesson. You're going to go through those steps with them. Vocabulary, probably pretty similar to what they already know. Maybe WPM, maybe sys-tray, short keys. Who knows? Maybe those are new, maybe not. But you want them to know these. They're words that you will use in this lesson and more. Problem solving. Some of these dance men, they might not have used this in third grade. They might have. And then what happens when they're in the flash version, and what the heck does that mean? Computer doesn't work. What do you do about that? How do you spell check? Red and green and blue squiggles. Okay, problems. These are the ones you want them to, if they don't know them already, you want them familiar with them. There are no new skills because they have been keyboarding for this, for the pre-keyboarding K1 and then keyboarding in 2 and 3. So here they're going to start touch typing, but it's not a skill they will have acquired yet. So scaffolding is the keyboarding and their posture. Okay, assessment strategies are going to be keyboarding quiz, paying attention to good habits, understanding that keyboarding is important, signing up for the board that you're going to, we'll talk about that later. That's part of every lesson. So if you take this 45 minutes to introduce the idea of keyboarding, you're also going to be getting them started on their on some other things. On the board, that you might start them with signing up for the problem solving board. You might wait a couple weeks, up to you. Warm up and exit tickets, great things to assess all the time, anecdotally or formatively. Sometimes it'll be summatively, but it's always a great way. If you're looking for assessment strategies, those are always good. Join class conversations, always good. Down here, you want them thinking of critical thinking, problem solving, any of these higher order thinking skills. That might be the depth of knowledge or habits of mind, whatever you use in your school that encourages higher order thinking. You expect it even in their keyboard, in their technology classes. It's not a vacation from thinking. Okay, how do I use the keyboard to share ideas? That's the essential question. And the big idea is students connect keyboarding and classwork authentically. It's not, okay, I sit down, I take my keyboarding quiz, I'm done. Or I practiced my keyboarding, I was done. No, it's keyboarding is part of, anytime they sit at the computer, they're practicing keyboarding. The goal being to type and think at the same time, which requires them to know where the keys are. Okay. In a lesson like this, keyboarding, and there's a few others we'll come to, you want the entire grade level team to buy in on what's being done. You want them to understand that any class students are in, that they use the digital devices, they're reminded that keyboarding matters. When they're home also, they're reminded keyboarding by their parents that keyboarding matters. Have their digital account set up if you have an online account like Type to Learn, where they have a login. Make sure that's available. Upload the hardware quiz if they're doing it that way, so they can study at home, or if they have the student workbooks, it's going to be right in their workbook, so you don't have to worry about that. And let's see. I don't know that I think there's any other odd ones I should need to go over with you. You will start collecting words for the Speak Like a Geek board presentations. That's coming up. If you need to know what that is, do a search, Control F, Speak Like a Geek, and you'll find where it pops up. It's vocabulary. It's techie vocabulary. But you can start collecting those words already from students. When they have a word they don't understand, short keys, sys-tray, WPM, put that on a list. So when you get time for the Speak Like a Geek board, you've got all your words already figured out. Every lesson, I'm going to remind you to know whether you covered everything necessary in this lesson, or do you need extra time? Okay. Warm up is keyboarding, because they're going to take a speed quiz today. So keyboarding, whatever the tool they've used in the past is, you don't reteach it. Tell them to open up the typing web and start practicing, because they're having a speed quiz today. And you're going to review parts of the computer. They know this. Review how to sit at the computer, how their hands go on the computer. They know this. The keyboarding hints and the strategies, the levels they work through, like K through 1, they were just introductory. It's pre-keyboarding. Second grade, they worked on keyboarding and placement and posture and two-hand position, but now third grade, last year, they reinforced those. Fourth grade, they're going to accuracy, technique, and begin work on speed. They have this in their book, which they can zoom in on. And if they don't know how to zoom in, show them how. And they have the same sort of information here. We also show them, they have more detail than you have, because maybe they need it more. Maybe you know this stuff already. These are important keys. They need to know. There's a quiz that you won't give today, but is available to be given at some point during the year, maybe towards the middle of the year, that addresses these important keys. They need to know where those are. And then this is their keyboarding technique. When they do their speed quiz, their keyboarding quiz, it's going to be based on these techniques. Their speed quiz is based on improvement. It's not, we kind of want fourth graders to type 25 words per minute. That's kind of a national average speed. Some schools are faster, some slower, but you don't grade them based on that. You grade them based on their improvement from their previous test. So this is a benchmark test. This first one they take, it's just to see how fast they are. And then the second one they take in the school year, you'll grade them based on this improvement. How much they improve will be how many points they get. You're never going to think about grading them. They don't get graded against other kids in the class. It's only against themselves. So, and that's very clear in their workbooks. So they'll be aware of that. And why they learn keyboarding. So this lesson gives you all the tools they need to cover keyboarding for the entire year. You just break it down as it works best for you. And here's differentiation. So when you finish a certain quiz, the students might, you can have them go on to other things, mental math drills, or go to the internet start page for some of the links there. And then here's some of it. This is a great checklist. You can put it on your iPad or on your Chromebook, whatever you walk around the classroom holding, and then use your annotation tool to mark it. Put the student's name up here, annotate them, and then either save that as a screenshot and clear it, or have one for each student, whatever works best for you. Here's the important keys template, and the blank keyboard is one of the options they'll do through the school year, is they'll sit down and try to name every key on the keyboard. And this would be for a Chromebook. And then here's some articles for you. And that's really it. Then we go on to the next lesson. Okay, guys. Questions? Ask them during the discussion and the discussion tab in the wiki, or come visit me in office hours on Sunday, and I'd be happy to help you with anything you have questions about. All right, talk to you soon and have a great week.